Om Shanti. Today we will be talking about two things for our self-progress. One is concentration of the mind, and the second is having distaste, disinterest. We call in Hindi vairagya, distaste. When Brahma Baba started his self-transformation task, what was the basis for his transformation was full disinterest. And that's why he became very successful in his self-transformation, because his mind was totally concentrated, focused on one goal. Once I was in Madhuban and I heard this about Baba, that when he had a vision, first vision about the destruction of this world, the second vision was about the new world. As soon as he had a vision, he had disinterest, and he took 1 year off from his business and he went to one of the places, it's called Benares, and he stayed there for 1 year thinking about all these visions. So disinterest means really disinterest in three particular things. One is the disinterest, as we all know, the old world. It's very frequent words used by Baba in the Murli. Old world. What is old world? Do we see this old world as graveyard? Do we see the old world as the world which is full of, Baba says, depths of hell, river of poison, sorrow, unhappiness? That's the old world. Inside of us also we all have old world, isn't it? In terms of old sanskars and also old nature and old habits. These are old world. Now once I realize this is old, then only I will have a distaste. I think it was a week ago Baba said in the Murli, not to have even attraction of the old sanskar. Once there is an attraction in the mind towards the old sanskar, that sanskar also can influence my state of disinterest. We all know what is old. So one thing, the sign of old, of course, when the mind goes through sorrow, it's really old. And the second, I think, when the mind goes through into the state of some kind of old desires to be fulfilled, maybe these desires don't seem to be so old, but they are old. For example, in the Lokik world, everyone is working hard for money, wealth, status, name, fame. That's why people work, to get something externally. But when we become Brahmin, one of the aim of Brahmin life is to have self-transformation, to have purification, to make my life worthy to be used for service, for humanity. But when I have any kind of taste or interest in this old world, then I find my life is not so much inspirational for others, because I myself have some or another old desires. So in order to finish old desires, very subtle desires, I'm not talking, external desire. Okay, I am a Brahmin, I'm not in that state of thinking to get the high status in the society or come into competition, but maybe the old sanskars of some way or another, or having the desire of appreciation or the desire of some kind of recognition, some kind of name, fame, that desire, having that desire means not yet disinterest. Because one of the method when we do service for Baba, isn't it, that service means two things, renunciation and tapasya. Because a service based on these two brings fortune. I am doing service based on any kind of interest of desires of the old world. In order to get something out of it is not really called true, pure service, isn't it? Because as in the Lokik world, I work, I get some money, get salary. Or I do business, I pay attention in business, I get some wealth. But when I become Brahmin and I do service for Baba, how do I know this service is accumulating in my karmic, in my good karma account? I can only get good karma account in my account when my service is based on tyag, renunciation, and second is tapasya, deep, intense, power of that mind, meditation. What it means is that I do service without having any old desire coming in between. So disinterest in the old desires of name, fame, status, or some kind of recognition, but which service is free from old desire when there is renunciation of all these things, old desires. And the second is disinterest in old sanskars. I remember once Baba said in the Murli 25, 30 years ago, like, in the Lokik world, we go to church, we go to temples, and we have this habit of ringing the bells, isn't it? Or there is a rosary, chanting the rosary. But when we come to Gyan, we have finished this old habit, isn't it? Did we finish or not yet? We finished? Sure? Sure? We all have finished old habit of chanting rosary, yeah? Ringing the bell, yes? Maybe we have finished that in the way that we don't do all these things by hand. We don't go to church or temple, we are not ringing the bell or chanting the rosary through the hand. But what did Baba say to us many years ago? He said, look at your mind and see if there is a still bhakti going on in the mind. In that way, what he was saying is, check whether I have still interest in the old sanskars. And what are those two sanskars? Particular Baba mentioned, chanting the rosary, ringing the bell. I may have finished physical way. I don't go all these places to do all this bhakti, but still Perhaps I am carrying this bhakti sanskars inside of me. So I have not yet disinterest in the old sanskars. So what are those two particular, Baba said, old sanskara of ringing the bell, chanting the rosary? What do you think? What kind of thoughts in the mind indicates it is chanting the rosary, ringing bells? If still my mind is working in that level, it means I do not have yet disinterest in that particular old sanskars. What do you think? The first one is ringing the bell. What is ringing the bell? Do you know what happens in the mind when the bell is ringing? What? You can speak. Huh? Waste thoughts? Waste thoughts? Why? Questions. Questions, okay. This is ringing the bell. Okay. What else? And chanting the rosary. Chanting the rosary. I'm sorry. Asking. Asking state of mind. Questioning state of mind. Okay, so you can think about it. What Baba said, that really what Baba was saying, that check at the level of your thoughts that you have finished bhakti or not, that you have transformed or not. So these two particular old sanskara, Baba was saying, is that first, when the mind is looking at the defects of others. Defects of others. When it starts to look at the defects of others, is like a rosary. This defect, that defect, this defect, so many defects mind is thinking inside of the mind. And the second one is ringing the bell. Ringing the bell means repetition. Repeating in the mind. Any thoughts of the past, I am repeating. Any old habit, my mind is repeating. So where am I in my life? I am still in subtle way bhakti, isn't it? Physical way, I have finished doing bhakti. But subtle way, I am still doing bhakti. No transformation has come. Why? Because there is not full disinterest in the old sanskars. So that's why Baba says the full transformation in our Brahmin life comes when the mind reaches to the point when it has completely disinterest. No interest anymore looking at the defects of others. Maybe I don't have interest, still mind goes, isn't it? But mind gets pulled and there is some subtle trace of attraction, very subtle. Without my conscious wish, it goes. Once Baba said in the Murli, once you desire something to change in yourself and you cannot bring that change in your own life, what it indicates? I desire, from today, I will not do this bhakti of thinking about the defects of others, and I will not repeat any kind of past, my old habits. Okay, I realize that this brings me down, my stage goes down. I am not being uplifted with this sanskara, because in bhakti also, we were not changing. We had a desire, maybe, but we had no aim and no power to change. But now I came to Gyan, so I take power from Baba. And that power is to realize, to have a disinterest in these habits, old habits. I think we all have old habits, isn't it? maybe one particular or 3-4 main general. We also have to work out ourselves, what are my old habits and what are my strengths, isn't it? So old habit, I have to be aware here, inside, when it comes in the form of thoughts, that which old habit is attacking now in the form of thoughts. Then I become aware of it. Once I am aware, I acknowledge it, I accept it, and then transform, change. Yes, this is the old sanskar. And I accept this is the old sanskar. I acknowledge it. And then I have to change, not to continue. But to change, I need that power to change. The power to realize first, and the second is power to really having that willpower, courage power to change myself. One of the example I keep in front of me is Brahma Baba. That how Brahma Baba, so much transformation took place in his life, big shift took place in his life, was the basis of that transformation was this particular power of disinterest, distaste in the old sanskars. I remember one story of Brahma Baba that I heard from one of the dadis. They told us that Brahma Baba, before, his task of transformation began, before that, Brahma Baba means Dada Lekhraj, his daughter-in-law, Brijindra Dadi, and his own daughter, Nirmal Shanta Dadi. So once it so happened, Brahma Baba, even in his Lokik life, very sensitive to certain level of transformation of his life. When he made little mistake, how he used to say sorry about it, One incident I came to know about Baba's life was that once his daughter-in-law's stepmother came to meet, and Baba just told his daughter-in-law that your stepmother came to meet you, and his daughter-in-law felt so little bit, sorrow, that why he's using the word stepmother. And when Baba, in his Lokik life, when he spoke these just 2 words, and he felt she's feeling sorrow, and Baba went to say to her, sorry about it, sorry that I made a mistake. And then I ask for apology. It means Brahma Baba, even in his Lokik life also, very much sensitive to the vibrations of his relatives, that what word can disturb someone. So he knew, that by making mistake is the old sanskara which is coming in the place. So he made effort. And what about more in Gyan? Brahma Baba, so much having disinterest in his old sanskars. I don't know, means in Brahma Baba's life, in his book, we don't find any old sanskara, isn't it? Because so much transformation in the first years when Baba became Brahma Baba took place in his life, was really that disinterest power in his intellect, in his mind, that brought total shift in his life. So the disinterest in old sanskars, and disinterest in old habits, and the disinterest in old world. So old world is sorrow. That's old word. When my mind is going through any kind of sorrow, it means I am where I am, in the old world, not in Sangam Yuga, isn't it? Sangam Yuga, the mind is thinking still, what effort to make so that I do not have these thoughts of sorrow. When the mind is pulled into sorrowful thoughts, it means still in bhakti. In bhakti I was doing this, going to temple, going to church, come back home, same kind of habits, same kind of sanskars emerging. So in Gyan, that now I understand the enlightenment, the knowledge, the depth of karma philosophy, so I realize that this is the old sanskara of the soul which is bringing sorrow. No one else is bringing sorrow to me. It is my old sanskara. So I have the disinterest in the sanskara of looking at the defects of others, and also looking at the past, and also having disinterest, also not to be attracted towards the sorrow. Disinterest in sorrow. Do we have interest to experience sorrow? Do we have disinterest to experience sorrow? So this is very beautiful word in Hindi, vairagya. There is a one word comes, vairagya is rag. A mind can have two things. Either it can be attracted towards something or someone, or the mind has disinterest. Only two. The mind can go into attraction, or it can have attraction towards something which I like, something which I don't like. Also minds get pulled by that thing. We call, in other words, hate, isn't it? To whom I have some kind of disliking feeling, mind keeps going there. Or to whom I like, also mind can go there. So disinterest means no attraction towards to whom I like, no attraction towards to whom I don't like. So dislike. So disinterest state of mind is above these two. And the second is disinterest in my deepest old sanskar. In Brahmin life, one of the things which disturbs us is our old desires. Old desires. So what is our oldest desire? Every soul has desires, right? Some or another, percentage-wise. But we all have old desires. Which is old desires? Oldest desire. It starts from copper age, these desires. Golden age, silver age, lifestyle, we have no desires. Sangam Yuga, we are making effort to be away from desires. But from copper age, we have desire starts, isn't it? So what is our oldest desire? Greed? Greed. Okay, what is greed? Because when copper age begins, after silver age, copper age begins, between these few hundred years, there will be not so much vices in our life, isn't it? Because silver age just finished, copper age beginning, immediately we will not fall into the vices, isn't it? Just starting, one child, little bit land, little bit possession, then more children, more land, they want more things, greed begins, isn't it? More children, so more acquiring, more accumulating wealth and things in life, then fight begins. That's really copper age, isn't it? But few hundred years, when silver age finished, copper age begins. In between, just few hundred years, still starting, not yet experiencing that kind of unhappy stage. When greed, attachment begins in life, then it is lot of problem. Fight begins, many children, property problems. That's how it begins. But the oldest desire each soul has in our life, old, actually it's a pure desire, and that is to experience love, isn't it? To experience love, either from God or human being. But of course, we don't know Baba. In copper age, we lost, our connection with Baba. Therefore, our mind is going into human relationship and possessions. The more we use possessions, isn't it? The more we get dependent on it, the more we get attached with it, the more we like that comfort. And the day comes when those possessions are out from my life, then I come to know how much I am dependent on it, isn't it? So in Sangam Yuga, Baba says to us that this is what it happens to us, that to use everything, but at the same time, we internally so strong that I can live without it. Because it is so easy for the soul to get dependent on anything which you are using every day. Let's say you use the bed every day, same bed, your body gets used with it. And when you don't get the same kind of bed, thoughts come in the mind, isn't it? That's not so comfortable. Because it is just natural for us to get used with it, dependent on it. And as time goes by, if I am so much dependent on it and one day it finishes in my life, I lose those comforts and those kind of possessions, then I start to find difficulty, isn't it? So that kind of internal strength that I need to develop every day, that I am not depending on old possessions, old possessions. So many years, things which I am using in my life, I am depending on it. That's how it works, isn't it? That in my life, I am used with everything. It's not so easy, isn't it? When you have comfortable things and when you don't have comfortable things. When I don't have, how my mind is reacting to it. And when I have, how I take the interest, I enjoy it. So if I have it and still I keep my mind not to enjoy it, just use it, but not to put the mind into, oh, I like it. This is what I wanted. This is what I like it, So the more I put my energy into it, I am enjoying it. So that much power of renunciation is not taking place, isn't it? The power of renunciation means here, in the mind, that I am able to use it as a detached way. Yeah, that's the power of renunciation. But today I have, tomorrow I don't have. Still I can be in the same state of mind, in the same stage. My tolerance power will not go down. I will still keep my stage very happy. Because, there are two things which can bring our state of mind down, two things. One is complaining, the other is blaming, isn't it? Complaining and blaming is coming down in my spiritual stage. The more I complain, the more I am away from my stage of disinterest, stage of concentration, the stage of having love for Baba, the highest stage of disinterest. Because complaining or getting upset or blaming means very low stage. From there again I have to go up. And then I come down, then I go up. It's so tiring in our spiritual life. Because it's like a thread, If you cut and then you put a knot and then you cut, again you put a knot, then it has no strength. The same thing is with our stage. Our good stage means a stage of concentration and stage of disinterest. So I summarize first disinterest now, then I will move to concentration. So the disinterest in three things, as I mentioned. One is the old world, internal old world. I have to really look at inside of my old world. What is still sitting there? Any attraction towards sorrow, any attraction towards old sanskars, chanting or ringing the bell, where my mind is going in the old sanskar. Do I have a disinterest in this old? Even one of the Kalyugi habit, fashion is gossip, isn't it? People like to sit and gossip, drink tea or coffee, in outside world. If still I have that old sanskara of going into that level of repeating anyone's defects, then it is old possessions. As I mentioned, that am I ready to have both situations in my life, or my mind goes into complaining and blaming. So once I know this, then I will be able to keep my stage very high of dis and interest, vairagya, that my mind is not being pulled towards any kind of things which I like and which things I don't like. Like Brahma Baba, why full transformation? Because of full disinterest. You know, in Brahman life, once you are really clear about it, total disinterest, then this Brahman life moves very fast. You know, it's like climbing up, and no problem then. But if there is interest in these desires of the old world, the stage goes down. You know, when stage goes down, maybe fight begins, battle begins, all these kind of sanskars begins, because still interest in it, isn't it? So once, you know, Dadi Kumarka once told very beautiful thought which helps my self-transformation. She said that there are three kinds of Brahmins. One kind of Brahmin, that we all are children of Baba, no doubt, isn't it? We all are children of Baba. Everyone says, I am Baba's child, I am Baba's child. It's so easy to become Baba's child. There's no effort, isn't it? I am a soul, child of Baba. Enjoy. I am child of Baba. No effort. But the second level is how many out of all Baba's children become students? Huh? Very few, isn't it? Every day get up in the morning, come to the class, study every day. Discipline comes. Baba's child, so many Baba's children. No effort. But to become student, godly student, needs effort, isn't it? Every day discipline of study. Every day coming to the class. It needs a willpower, it needs courage, it needs motivation, isn't it? It needs interest, you know, for my own life. So the third one is very nice one. Third one is how many out of all students become warrior. Warrior. How many? Huh? Baba said last week, Murli, always think you are on the battlefield. You have to fight with Maya. You have to fight with Ravan. No? You have to fight within these, the soul which are old sanskara. You have to fight. You cannot sustain these old sanskara by justifying or giving excuse, oh, I am not yet ready, you know. Still, that kind of mind. So warrior means, very few become warrior, means two things again. Warrior stage is stage of awake and alert. So I am here awake now. I am here alert now. That this old sanskar, old, even Baba said in the Murli, old behavior. You know, this old behavior does not come in the form of thoughts in my mind anymore. So much awakeness here that the old sanskar cannot touch my mind. Actually, it is hard, isn't it? If I am sitting on the chair, like as it is, I cannot see very clearly other side. When I change, I will see the same view in different way. Perspective changes, isn't it? When my mind is working with the old sanskars, I cannot see the things in different way. You know, the same old sanskar, old style of thinking, old pattern of attitude, I cannot see the thing in different way. I have to be detached from the, you know, this sanskara, you know, awake of the old sanskara. Because when the mind is working with old sanskar, I cannot see this is a old sanskar. To be awake, to be alert with old sanskars. You know, and that power of the mind, when that power of the mind is there, then I am a warrior. I can see this old sanskar coming. If I cannot see the old sanskar is coming in the form of thought, I will not even fight. Isn't it? I might be enjoying old sanskara. I remember, last month I was here when Dadiji's funeral time. One night we had a very good Gyan chit-chat class, and one point came up, still I remember that, not to have a maya in our thoughts. You got it? Not to have a maya in our thinking. Sometimes mind is thinking maya thoughts, it's not realizing it's a maya, isn't it? Not to have these thoughts of maya entering in my mind. It means so alertness, so awake stage is needed to be protected from this subtlest maya which enters in the form of thoughts in the mind, but it comes from old sanskar. And old sanskar we all have different, isn't it? When we surrendered our life to Baba here in the yajna, we were given a form, big form, old sanskara form. We had to put tick mark, which one I have. Like let's say jealousy, let's say crying, justification, proving myself, anger, stubbornness, thinking about the past, thinking about the defects, competition. I think there were 21, 21 old sanskars. And we had to tick mark which I have. In the beginning, they used to give us this paper, and we had to write the letter to Baba, and together with that letter we had to write also our old sanskars, how many I have. And they keep it in their file. Here in Madhuban, they used to tell us, after our trainings, they used to tell us. So they used to keep, because tomorrow if any old sanskars emerge, then they will see, yes, this soul had this old sanskara emerging now, So we all have old sanskara, but to what extent I am aware of all this old sanskara? It means I am awake and alert. It means I am a warrior. And how many of us remain in this stage of warrior stage? Warrior stage. And every day be alert to fight with weakness. Weakness. This weakness, immediately it comes in the form of thoughts from morning till evening. If I am not in warrior stage, awake and alert, I will be defeated by these old sanskars. Then I will not be a warrior, then I am going down, isn't it? I haven't started my journey of life yet. If I am not, being in that warrior stage. So I think for concentration now, for concentration of mind is much more deeper stage, isn't it? Concentration of mind, I feel practically three things again. One, I really need very clear goal of my Brahmin life. Clear goal. Really why I have become Brahmin. Very clear vision, very clear goal. Mind is not having a stage. Maybe 3 years I can experiment with this life. Then after 3 years I will work out something else. It doesn't work, isn't it, in Brahmin life? So if I am very clear about my goal, why I am here, on this path of transformation, spiritual life, spiritual journey, very clear. And that helps concentration. And second, I thought self-motivation. Really self-motivated plans for your self-progress life. I make my own plan of the day, of the week, to reach to that goal, which is so clear in my life. To reach to that goal in my life, I need a everyday plan, isn't it? Because in Brahman life, if I have no clear goal and no clear vision, what I want to do with my life, then sometime I am doing self-progress, sometimes I am not doing. For me, I do self-progress plan a day. One day, one plan. Once Baba said in the Murli, after Amrit Vela, 4:45, you fix your plan for the day. What you want to do. So every day I become clear about the day, what stage I want to be in today, whole day. Whatever stage I select, I mostly take from Baba's slogans, Baba's blessings. I pick up from there what I want to experience today, whole day. One thing which really helps in my Brahmin life is this stage, that if I have become Brahmin, I haven't experienced a freedom of the mind, a bodiless stage we call, or soul conscious stage. If I haven't experienced a freedom of my mind, then I haven't experienced anything yet, being a Brahmin. So that stage, every day, that my mind is not coming into any conflict, my mind is not coming into any disturbance, my mind is not coming into any old, comparison, these 5 C's we call it, comments, comparison, correction, and giving to others corrections of life, not bringing a mind into 5C, keeping the mind above this stage. It's so free the mind is. Because when once the mind comes into conflict, the freedom is lost. When the mind comes into any kind of comparison of my role with others, then freedom is lost. That kind of contentment of life is lost. That kind of happiness is lost. So keeping the mind above these 5 C's, criticism, keeping the mind free, because otherwise mind either goes into comparing the self with others or complaining about drama. You know how to complain about drama? Why this is happening? This is not good. This is how it should happen. So when mind goes into complaining or criticizing or comparing or correcting the scene of drama, the more mind is going into these 5C, the more mind is coming down and down. The stage is going down. It's so hard then to bring the stage up. Because the best stage is concentration of mind, totally free. Mind is in freedom stage, total soul conscious, bodiless stage. So let me keep this aim for the day, every day, keeping a stage free, freedom. That no scene of drama, coming and disturbing my vibrations. So I am stable and steady and going towards my goal of Brahmin life. What do you think? Is it possible? Yeah, possible. It's just we need 2 things. Attention. And the second is double attention. Attention, okay, we do pay attention. But on ordinary, it becomes an ordinary attention. But double attention is the key to keep your stage, intact in your hand, in your control. Once this Dadi Gulzar gave class last week, I was in Delhi, very nice point. She said, very beautiful way. She says, every morning what you do with your mind, tell Baba, if you have any thought which is bothering you, in the form of a burden, thought come in the mind, pulls your attention down, then we sleep. Sleep is sign of some kind of burden, isn't it? Or some mind is worrying about something, worry stage is also a burden. She said, when you find your mind is going into these vibrations, just every morning, Amrit Vela, tell Baba with your right, Baba, this is your burden. You take care of this burden. I am free. But tell Baba with right. The right word? Baba, this is your task. You have to do it. I am free. Because very subtle way, I don't make myself free, isn't it? Sometimes the soul is taking so much interest, in this worry or other kind of thoughts which occupies the mind and intellect. So keeping the mind always free from the burden. We really need that kind of power to say to Baba, yes Baba, come on, you are the one who is going to work it out. I am free. That kind of right to Baba. She says, give your burdens to Baba every morning so that you enjoy the whole day. Are you enjoying? Yeah. No burden in Madhuban, isn't it? Madhuban is a place of nothing to think about here. But of course, sometimes old sanskar can come in when I am not awake. Awake stage is the first stage of very good yogi. Good stage, awake stage. So being free in Brahmin life, freedom of the mind from internal disturbances, from internal old sanskar. Because concentration of mind means this, that your mind is working with the highest speed. Nothing sightseeing are disturbing your mind. Your mind is so clear, it can generate self-motivated thoughts, isn't it? For your own transformation. And second, mind can catch also touching and catching from Baba. Want to add for the concentration. The word in Hindi, concentration means ekagrata. It goes like that. Really bringing the mind into total stillness. And the mind which is totally calm. There is no disturbance. Total still. That sweetness, that taste of that sweetness of stillness should continue to pull me towards that stage. And that's beautiful, isn't it? Our mind is always wants to be there in still stage. Freedom, Total mind is experiencing that clarity, in catching Baba's touching and signals. Then I don't need to use my intellect, isn't it? Is right or not? What shall I do? Yesterday I did this, last week I did, maybe I should try this. All these thoughts disturb our concentration. Yeah. Then we are away from concentration, isn't it? Isn't it the power of concentration means to catch Baba's vibrations, signals, touching. And what time you can catch all this? Early morning. Early morning. Very good concentration. And for the whole day, then mind will work with that level. I remember, one Brahmin soul told me, about her effort. She said, when I have a very big problem in my life, I get up 2 a.m., she said. I look into Baba's eyes. Baba, come on, you solve it. I am here. She says, a very big problem when comes, I get up 2. She says, that medium level problem, I get up 3. Then she said, little more less problem, 4. I said, what about if you have no problem? She says, 5 o'clock. No problem. But she said, I enjoy getting up 2 o'clock when it's a very big problem and no human being can help. No human mind can solve. She said, I go to Baba, look into his eyes, full concentration, full, Baba, you are here, I am here. You are the one who is going to do everything. I am free. That mind, that you really give everything to Baba and not disturbance. This soul particular I am talking, which one who faces a big government problems in communist countries, that they don't allow these countries to have a gathering, they don't allow to have Rajyoga classes, and they give her all kinds of problems. But she goes to Baba, catch signals, get touch, touchings from Baba. And then she goes and speaks to this government official, no problems. How it works, isn't it? It's a practical gyan, no? That receiving, touching, receiving, right signals, having that right catching power needs very good concentration. Now imagine if you say to Baba, I am here, you touch my mind, and then I am remembering, Baba, last week you told me this, your mind went somewhere else, and Baba is waiting to touch. We have to hold our attention, complete attention, stillness, not wavering, not going anywhere, not confusion. Concentration of mind means clarity, very clear mind. A mind which is free from the old vibrations, old sanskar, everything has gone. Not even old sanskar can touch my mind. I am very far away from the human vibration even. Why we do Amrit Vela and why we have this soul conscious stage? Because in soul conscious stage, no human vibration can come in. No human memory can touch our mind. Not even the old memory of the whole cycle can touch the mind. Only that stage we experience now in Sangam Yuga. The soul, refined soul conscious stage. Total concentrated mind. Total free mind. Total bodiless stage. So let's keep this aim when we are in Madhuban, in Brahmin life. If really I want to experience something, experience this stage. Yeah. Whole day. That so beautiful stage above. No scene of drama pulling your attention. So full concentration of the mind. Self-motivated, automatically mind will generate such thoughts for the self-progress. I don't even have to work hard to make any plan for myself. It will automatically generate that mind, those thoughts, produce those thoughts. And the second is clear goal of my Brahmin life. What I want to experience. What is really to experience? Nothing else except this, of freedom of the mind. Bodiless stage, soul conscious. Just keep these 3 thoughts. This is what I want to experience. This is I am. If I say I want to experience, it will go again further away. I am this. Bring the mind in the present. I am in this stage now. Again and again bringing the mind. Once Baba said in one of the Murli, are you, there are 3 methods, right, for change. Attention, checking change, and then is practice, then is embodiment. So which stage I am? I am still paying attention to myself. It looks like a old style. So okay, I progress now into, I finished practicing, finished paying attention. Now I am in the stage of, last stage. Which stage Baba talks? Embodiment. Embodiment, yeah. Attention, checking, change, practice. This is 25, 30 years ago Baba used to say. And nowadays he uses which one? Which language? Embodiment. Be in this stage, be in this stage. Be embodiment of love, be embodiment of clarity, be embodiment of soul conscious stage. Be in this stage. So when you are in that stage, nothing is going to draw you back. It is like this, sun, isn't it? It's a master sun, always in that stage of giving, like a sun keeps giving, and that stage of giving. I remember, one example. Let's say you pour the water, you open the tap, pour the water in the bucket. Whatever is dirt in the bucket, it will keep coming out when you keep pouring the water, right? This is a one effort, we call it. I pay attention, I listen Gyan, I do yoga, I become aware of my old sanskar, I take it out. That is one of the method of change. The other one is being in the stage, very powerful stage. And then when I am in powerful stage, these old memories, the old sanskaras, they will not disturb me because I am in the highest stage. So that's what Baba says, being in that stage, embodiment of all virtues. Let's say one of the thought which Baba gives in the Murli, I am master powerful soul. This is being in that stage, master powerful stage. So when I am in this highest self-respect, because during the day, what is the highest self-respect thought of yoga? I am a soul, I am Baba's child, that's fine. But the highest point of yoga, what is that highest self-respect of yoga? Is that I am master powerful soul. I'm a master. This very beautiful thought you think about. Whole world people are fighting to be in charge, to be a master, to be heard, to be in that position. Here Baba gives us self-respect. You are the master. You are the master, powerful soul. You are master, almighty authority soul. So this thought itself is a self-respect. Baba calls it self-respect thought, the highest yoga thought, that I am the soul master, powerful soul. So staying in that stage, being in that stage, being embodiment of that thought means to experience that freedom. And then the mind is not slave to the old sanskara. Otherwise, mind becomes slave. When we lose our own mastership, when we lose that self-respect, when we lose our freedom, of course, the mind will be slave. That's why mind can fight and go into sorrow. I think mind experiences that kind of struggle to be free from that slavery. So not to be in the under the slave of old sanskars. So this thought is the highest thought of yoga. I am a master, powerful soul. And the last point which we can help us for our concentration is, just think where the power comes. Baba and me, we are combined. Okay, this is one thought. Second, Baba is with me. Okay, which thought will give you power? Think about. Baba and me, we are combined. Okay, second thought is, Baba is with me. Which thought will give you power, constantly power? Combined, yes. Use that power. Baba and me are combined, doing together everything. So Baba is with me, still I am here, Baba is with me. But this thought, Baba and me, we are combined. When we are combined, then we are going to do together task. So whatever task we start, first invoke this thought. Baba and me, we are combined. Then power comes with this thought. Did you get it? Yeah? Together. Then it's a power. Yeah, Baba is with me, yeah, Baba is, but I am worrying about things. Baba is with me, but I'm still worrying about things, isn't it? I'm not happy. Yeah, Baba is with me, but why I am unhappy then? When we are together, we are doing together any task, Baba and me, then the task will seem easy, isn't it? I say, yeah, I like this task, but it's very difficult, But then we remind ourselves, but Baba is with you. Yes, Baba is with me, but still it's very difficult, isn't it? So, how it will work then, So together, me and Baba, together, that gives power to experience the difficult task to be easy. Yeah? So having that concentration of mind means really bring those thoughts which brings power to the mind. And the last thought is very uplifting one, is one which I experiment with it. Why Brahma Baba became so successful? Think about two things about Brahma Baba. Why he was so successful in his yogi life. So bright mind, so many success in his life. Why? Think about two things. One, anyone? You are getting the thought? Trust. Okay, what else? Huh? Honesty. Honesty, yes. Determination, yes. All are right. Right thoughts. So once I asked this question to Dadiji, Dadiji, I asked her many years ago, I said, why Brahma Baba became so successful, Dadi? Tell me. Dadiji's answer was humility. Humility, humble. Everything what he did, even though it was his effort, he got the success, and yet what he said? Baba did, Baba did, Baba did. He accumulated his marks saying always, Baba, Baba, Baba. So Dadi said, he took the path of humility, road of humility. You know why? I said, why Dadi? She said, what happens, that when you say, I did, the other one say, I also did. Why you are claiming your name? I also did. So when you say I, she says you will face two things. One, opposition. Other one will say, I also did. Why you are taking the share? Me also. And opposition from the person. The other one will be Maya, jealousy. Someone will not make you, give you free way to go. They will pull you back. So the path of humility helped Brahma Baba. This road of humility he took, which brought so many shining successes in his life, attainments of yogi life. Isn't it? That's why they say Brahma Baba never yawn, no? Never yawning and never sleepy, no tiredness, no sadness. Imagine that kind of mind, always very shining mind, bright, very alert, awake, every day. So that mind, to get that mind, because once this opposition comes, Maya comes, jealousy comes, it's very big illusion to fight with, isn't it? So just to take the road of humility and to be safe, So this is one of the thing of Brahma Baba. And second, why Brahma Baba became so successful in his transformation was total, total disinterest. You know, it's very hard when you have an interest in the old world and interest in the Brahmin life. Half is like a person in the boat, you know, one leg in the boat, one is out. No success will come. Difficult, you know. Soul will find difficult, always difficult, fighting. What shall I do? You know, confusion, conflict, internal. Brahma Baba totally finish old world just for the new world. You know, his energy, his time, his wealth, his thoughts is like a totally for the new world. No more connection with the old world. Such energy, such a kind of powerful force from the behind just for the new world. Whole time, day and night, mind is thinking for the new world. That energy is a total disconnection, isn't it, from the old world, and the total power of the mind is working for the new world. That kind of disinterest. No, Brahma Baba had. So it's a shift, total shift. You know, not sometime, oh, I can enjoy a little bit old world, you know. Then I also enjoy, no compromise here, isn't it? Cannot be half-half. Do you agree with that? You know, one soul told me many years ago, sister, can we compromise with the Brahmin life? Half-half. That soul is not in Gyan anymore, you know, because pulled by the old world. Just recently, after 15 years, when we had a Dadiji's tribute, I invited that soul, come. He said to me, sister, I lost all these years because got pulled, you know, compromise with the old. So there is no compromise, either this or that, isn't it? What it means, you know, disinterest from the internal old world. Old stuff, old sanskara, no interest in it. I have decided. So this is really a decision, you know, to make. I have decided just now is for new world. My mind, my time, my energy. So then full concentration is towards the new world, working for the new world. And every day, you know, with that new enthusiasm, I work for the new world, for internal new world, you know, internal new world. Every day I see something new, new attitude in myself. I see things in different way. You know, how do I know I am changing every day? That is through attitude, isn't it? My attitude is changing, you know, towards myself and towards others. That's the indication I am changing. Baba said, no, last year, Murli, when your attitude change, atmosphere will change. And then it becomes easy. Huh? Attitude is very important to change. Really, pattern of thoughts. So sometimes we can look at our pattern of thoughts. It's the same style I am thinking or different. So quick, I catch myself and change it. And then you will enjoy this Brahmin life. It's very creative Brahmin life, you know, when you are very much connected with your own thoughts, with your own attitude, with your internal new world. You are looking at this world, how it's changing every day now. So let's make this Brahmin life full of newness. How concentration and disinterest, it will help us to change so much internally, to come up with the newness. Om Shanti. Questions? It's okay? It's okay. Any question you can ask. Still 1 minute we have. Okay. 5 things. 5C: comparison, criticism, correction, comments, and what? Criticism? Complaints. Complaints. 5C. You know, it's good to keep these 3, these 5, these 4, these 3. This is very helpful. Keep in your mind 5, these 3, 4. It's so easy for the mind to pick up, you know. For your self-progress, you can do that every day. So let's sit in meditation, just 1 minute, and then go back to that stage, which is freedom, which is bodiless stage. You know, during the day, try to go into that stage of freedom, total bodiless. No vibration of external world clinging here. You are free. Get into tune with Baba's vibration, freedom vibrations.